Hello everyone and welcome back to part 2 of our Space Engineers tank tutorial. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually start doing the kind of side armour, the interior, as well as like the rest of the top of the tank, and then the final episode should be the turret as well as any additional greebling. Now we're just going to quickly respawn the otter so we can actually get a good look at its side armour. So we're just going to spawn it in. As you can see, it's very bouncy despite its size. So yeah, so the idea is that the kind of armor design kind of comes from like where you want the kind of slope of it to really stop. So we're going to go slightly higher, I think, than the otter, just because, you know, this tank is going to be bigger, it's going to be a little more imposing, and yeah. That's all we're going to do. So we're going to go like 2 blocks higher, and then we're going to come to the back. Go maybe like 1, 2, I believe. Hang on, let's check the back on there. Okay, I may have gone 1 block higher. That's alright, should be fine. There we are. And now we've done this section, we then know how high to go with this section later on. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to go 1 block higher. Don't be tempted to go like another block higher with half blocks, because if you want to greeb on the top of this, as well as like maybe merge, like kind of create like a kind of slope between this and that section, it can cause problems, so I just kind of prefer to leave it flat. Equally though, if you want to add half block, you know, that's very much up to you. But yeah, now the way you kind of like to work this first is you'll see that this is like maybe like a 2.5 block ground clearance. So what we're actually going to do is, to make this a little easier on ourselves, we're actually going to take it off the mount. Just let it drop. Ta-da! Now, the first thing you want to do is just simply do a wall all the way down to where you want it to be, and then you want it to be like just above. So a good kind of marker is like the halfway point on these wheels, because if you come over to here, you'll see that, you know, the bottom marks where the halfway point of these wheels. And then what you want to do is very just simply take it off, take that layer off, and put this slope on, because it just looks better. And then, you know, as you can see, that sort of stops over the wheel arch there, and you know, same at the front, you kind of want this to continue so that it basically covers the main bit of wheel there, that main interior bit. And then we just kind of go up. And now, kind of, as you can see on the top layer, what we're going to do is we're going to just cut this off and just paste this back on, so it's nice and sloped. And now it's a very simple design of, we just kind of keep going how we did it before with just these blocks. Really, we just go we just kind of keep going down, really. So, you know, just carry on. Oh, bit of lag there. That's not great. There we are. At least game saved. Oh. Yeah, just bear in mind when you actually placed it on the ground, some of the wheel systems, you know, it may get a touch annoying. And now with here, you just want to kind of link it up in this sort of way. You just want to go across like this. Now that particular block there, I believe there is a block for that, actually. Hang on, is it? It can't be this one, is it? No. What is it? Ah. Okay, yeah, the way I did it here was I actually changed it that block. So we'll just do the same thing, really. Because it'll just be easier, because I believe it's just this base. Yeah, but I'm on the wrong side. There we are. And you can immediately see, front of this looks quite good. And if you look at it on the side, looks fine. So now we're just going to kind of keep on going, really. So, heavy armor there. Then we'll go for the corner block. What corner block is it for this one? I believe it's this, isn't it? It's something like that. Hang on, let me check it on the back of the Otter. Oh, I literally just did that. Let's see it, shall we? Oh hey, I believe this is going to be absolutely perfect. Ah, fantastic. Right. Now we can just do that. And then the rest would very simply just, how did it work? I believe it was just like this, wasn't it? No. Oh, that's going to be a problem. There we are. There we are. And then with this block here, how did I do it? Oh, I didn't. I used a completely different way of doing it. Ooh dear. Let's see. I reckon I should be able to do it a different way here. No, not that one. There's a different transition block I can use, so I believe I'm looking for that, and where is the other corner block? This one. There we are. Voila. And, you know, if you look at it from the side, it doesn't look too out of place. But there we are, those are the side blocks done. And now, that leaves us free to do the rest of this. So yeah, we can just very much do first kind of line across. And then here as well, we'll just do another line, really. And then here, just another line. And I believe that should be it. So now we can just go like that. There we go. And now we can just kind of continue up. Like so. And then along here, be similar sort of thing. So we'll just do this, this, and this. There we go, then we'll get the accompanying block. And now we can just kind of go all the way across like that. I don't like that actually. And let's see if we can do something different. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. Fantastic. And that way we know what we're doing with the other side. And then here what we can do is same sort of thing. Oh, okay. It should be fine. We should be able to fix it. There we go. I like that. And now what we can do is we can just basically rig a similar thing up. There we are. And we'll just keep going on this side, same similar setup really. And voila! Oh wait, not voila, not quite finished. And voila! There we are. Now I've got a decent amount of space for the actual interior itself. Now what you want to do is, I previously said start from the connector when I first did a couple of these tutorials. Then I realised that's a bad idea. Because a lot of this, if we just start taking layers off, there we go. That's 2 layers. We'll want maybe at least 1, 2... Yeah, we will kind of maybe want to at least 1 layer of armour there. But I am going to just quickly... Let's clear out some of this armour stuff that we don't actually need. And I'll show you what the problems are going to be. So, if we grab a junction as well... Oh, I do have the... They're called beams, not girders. That's what they are. I do have the girder blocks. They're just not called that, they're called beam blocks. Yeah, so we're just going to get the rotor, and we're going to get the junction as well as that. We're going to get... oh, they're already there in my toolbar. Right, okay. So, firstly, if we... No, I want the big advanced rotor. Is it 3x3 rotor? Advanced rotor 3x3, yeah, okay. So we're just going to drop a small grid one here. Now, I'm going to drop a junction there. Oh, can I actually drop junction? Yeah, there we go. Now, we're just going to actually pick this up and paste it. Oh, that's not liking it. Never mind, we'll just build the rotor assembly off of that. This is the sort of assembly you're going to have for the actual turret, where this will go into essentially the base of the turret. I'm just going to quickly change it so that the main big conveyor is facing up, whereas this will be actually inside the tank, and this will be like the essentially the inner column. Okay, and you'll see why this is important in a second. So what we do is we put reinforcement all the way around like this. So we're just going to quickly, in fact, it's going to be better if we just quick flat mirror mode on. Just do it. There we go. Oh no, I do not want to respawn game for flip fake. Right. So, on top of this is where your actual turret will be mounted. Now, the trouble is, okay, this, ideally, should kind of sit inside the actual tank, which basically means your height of the interior has got to be 8 tall. Oh dear. Yeah, now, if we come into here, you'll see our height is only 5 tall. So you're going to have to get a little kind of creative in order to fix this. Because if I'm right, then if we just go like... Yeah, we immediately hit the kind of bottom area. And I like having at least kind of 2 layers of heavy to stop stuff blowing up. Now, of course, you're thinking, Ran, why do you need it like this? The reasoning is, okay, if you're transporting heavy shells, you are going to need the large conveyor junction. Okay, and you want this large conveyor junction to go straight into the rotor and then out the other end. So that is why. The trouble is, without building your tank base higher, you are going to run into that problem. Which is why I have a sneaking suspicion the safest way to do is actually just extend these up. And extend the whole kind of this kind of up by a couple of blocks. Now, if I knew that at the start, why did I do it? You don't have to use that setup. I didn't on the Otter, and its turret only got shot off twice in testing, because it didn't have that system. However, it is an important system to have, and main battle tank, I just thought that's probably a good idea. So what we're going to do is we are going to actually just extend this up. By, what was it? It's 6 high, so we're going to go... we're going to go 2 blocks higher. To be honest, shouldn't take too much out of the actual assembly itself. It'll just make everything look a little further back than it actually kind of is. There we are. It'll also mean raising this setup a little bit more. So we'll, which to be honest is fine. Let's do this. Now, I kind of wish I hadn't got rid of those additional blocks that I was using. But there we are, you can immediately see that that's already done. And it does look a little high, but it won't as soon as we raise these additionally as well. There we go. There we are. And yeah. But anyway, as I said, you don't have to go like do this setup. It's just I asked Hunter, who had done this on his tank, because when I did it for the Otter, I realized when he helped me build it, we quickly realized it wasn't going to fit. So I asked Hunter, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how necessary is it? And he said 8. So I was just like, well, I'm doing without it. But yeah, that's it's very much up to you whether you want to do that or not. So want it like that. There we go. Now, the difference is this is going to make your tank quite high, and that's not too much of a problem. It is just going to, you know, be careful if you're going to be driving it into enemy bases, or just, you know, or into your own base for that matter. It just very much kind of depends on how you're going to use your tank. We did have a tank actually crash through the hangar door of an enemy base because someone charged it through because they were giving no fucks for that day. Obviously, it was a pretty funny move. Like, hats off to them. But even so, they then got the tank stuck. It wasn't this tank. I don't remember how tall that tank was. But we'll probably end up with similar height. Let's just say that. Anyway, like the bigger and kind of chunkier your tank is, the more of a pain it is going to be for the enemy to kill it, but that, at the same time, it's also going to be a lot more of a pain to actually build the thing. But anyway, if you make it big and imposing enough, then you know that as soon as like you roll over the hill with it, then someone's immediately going to go, oh shit, and then look around for the other Oompa Loompas that'll probably come out of the woodwork to sing about their demise. Anyway. Let's keep going. Oh, I did keep that particular block. Those particular blocks I did actually end up needing. And we're back. So, eventually we had like a little bit of a game crash, and it kind of set me back to where I'd like, before I'd even finished this. So we've just finished this, and you know, it does look a little less streamlined, a little more kind of a chonky boy. But on the bright side now, if we measure this, it should read... It reads 7, not 8. That's fine, that's fine. We'll just go another layer. Not a concern at all. There we are. Alright. There we go. This could be problematic now I think about it. I swear there's like a... And doesn't like this block go all like this block? Oh, flip. Where's the like transition block? Transition. Because there's something like this which will just enable. Ah, yeah. Then that block does work. Yeah, there we go. Looks a little off, but doesn't matter too much. And now here, all we have to do is go... like this. all the way across. All the way across. Stop there and stop there, then very much just here we go. Now, the good thing about this, though, is because it's so chunky at the front, it can take a lot of, like, forward fire without getting blown up. And, yeah, although it's a bit chunky, like, doesn't really matter too much. Now, if we go from the bottom and we head up, it reads 8, which is exactly what we want. For now, we can just literally copy this setup and we'll be able to paste it in the middle. But first, you want to find out where your actual midsection is. So I am just going to go from roughly here, because I don't really care too much about the thing, and go to the back here. And that's 43. So the midpoint between that is going to be, what, around like 22? Yeah, 22 is around the midpoint, but it's going to be like here. I think that should be the rough middle. Yeah, you see, it's the rough middle of the actual... Hang on. If we go from here, is that... Nope, that's... Yeah, so we actually want to probably take this a little further back, just so it kind of... What we'll do... Oh, we've still got that. Okay. Well, instead of going from the midpoint of the actual tank, we're going to go from the midpoint of this. Right. So, now that we've got this at the correct height, and yeah, we're going to go from the actual kind of midpoint of this, because I think it'll just be slightly better. So we know that 27. The midpoint of that's going to be like 13. There we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 13. So I'll be like here, won't it? Nope. Oh. Not that. That seems right. This 13 as well. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this. Now, what you want to do is you want to be careful to have the actual 3 pointers there facing... Oh, I've not placed that correctly, have I? Oh dear. Let's go and copy that again. Yeah, you want to have the center pointer of that center of the conveyor there in line with the actual middle block, which it is. Yeah, so you want it directly in the center. And I've just realised that this is 7 high, not 8 high, isn't it? Yes, it is. I mean, I didn't need to go that extra layer, because apparently I'm stupid. Oh well. We'll just, Oh, that's funny. I guess we'll just, Oh wait, no, it's fine. No, it is fine. What am I on about? No, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, no, I am being dumb. Right, now, the way this is gonna work is we are gonna have basically everything in one big line, conveyor-wise. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna build out a couple of blocks here, like so. And we're just going to grab the connector. And we're going to mount it maybe there? But that's only like one block. And yeah, okay. There I think is going to be fine. At which point now we know exactly where the connector is going to be. So we can then do the outer blocks without causing too much of a fuss. Like this. There we go. And we'll just essentially keep going up. There we are. Right, there we go. Now, bear in mind, like, you know, the connector does look a bit out of whack, so what we'll do is I think we'll probably move it back one. Maybe like that? No, that's fine. We'll just change the name of it. There we go. And likewise, you can kind of continue up with the actual design. Just there we go. Now we'll just put that in. Now, what I like to do, okay, is a lot of people are tempted just to right from the get-go just put stuff behind the connector and keep going. I don't like to do that. I like to have an actual conveyor lock, so that way if your connector's shot, it doesn't immediately get to the like fleshy inside of your tank where either you're going to be or where everyone else is going to be. Like, because, you know, as well, we are going to kind of have connection stuff here, but if you do want to, you can have the connector on the bottom and turn this back section into a troop carrier section if you really need to. You don't have to do that, but that is certainly one thing you can do. Now, I like to have, in this front section, I like to have a small... Oh, no, that's not one. I always get confused with that. I like to have a medium cargo container, a oxygen tank. Why do you have an oxygen tank? Because if you're fighting on Pertam, there's not actually oxygen. There's low oxygen, which basically means your oxygen will deteriorate very slowly at a time. And the problem with that, I've just done that the wrong way, haven't I? Because, and just, yeah, very much the problem with that is the fact... Oh, I did do it the right way. Oh my god. Yeah, the problem with that is because you slowly run out of oxygen if you're battling on Pertam for too long. Like, it is a concern. It has happened to me, and it's just something you really want to watch. Now, another important thing here is underneath where your cockpit is, you want to put blast doors. Okay, so you want to kind of angle them like this, so you can actually, there is like a actual point if you can actually place, you know, if we take the oxygen tank, place them like that, because if you place them flat, if you place them actually flat like that, you see they don't actually have like a block to actually place on, because there's no snap point. That's the word, there's no snap point. And now we can put the oxygen generator in there. I just like to have two. Equally as well, if you want to put hydrogen tanks on your tank for whatever reason, you can absolutely do that. And now, because, you know, this is very kind of compact, what we can do is just very simply, I like to rig another cargo container here, and then we can just very simply rig, again, I like to use junctions purely because they're kind of a full block, and the reason you can't use armoured conveyors is because they don't exist for small grid properly yet. And now, if you ever come into this issue of the connectors just not quite joining, you can use a frame here. Equally though, if you want to put an extra cargo container in for added storage, which is what I'm probably going to do, we can do that. Now, you'll notice, Ran, what are you planning to do next? Okay, right, well, you'll notice that these are actually perfect places to put batteries. So, what I like to do is I just simply run batteries all along. So, I kind of leave it there to leave like a bit of gap, and then I just put some more here, and then, you know, we can just kind of fill this up with heavy armor as actual protection. Okay, we're back after another little technical hitch. Anyway, you probably won't notice, it's just a little jump cut. Anyway, we got all the batteries in, like so. And yeah, I kind of like to rig the kind of protection around the cockpit like this, just simply heavy armor layers. And you can also notice you've got quite a bit of space to play with. So I like doing gyro armor. Now, throughout this tank, you'll notice you have a lot of armor spaces that you can literally just play with and add stuff. So I'm just going to add literally just 2 layers of gyro armor against the front cockpit. There we are. And equally as well, you can do this once you've just sealed off this kind of area. Here, because you can immediately layer on more gyro armor. So we're going to go from about here, and we're just going to go all the way across to there. And likewise, you can do it here. Right. I bet. Okay, we're going to come back to how we'll do that in a second. But first we'll just do. Yeah, we've missed a section of gyro armor here. There we go. Yeah, I'll just take that layer off, and then we'll just very simply do another layer like so. Another layer like so. And just cover this up, and then we'll just very simply go all the way to the very tippy top. Ah. Well, that was a bit of an accidental stroke of luck. So you can see here that actually kind of improves a little of the greeble look without really taking away from much of the design, and kind of looks interesting. However, I don't particularly like it, so we're just gonna fix that quickly. Oh, no, not in the chat. And there we go. And voila. But as always as well, we should probably add a little more detail. And here it comes to we're just going to do this and this, just so that this will actually kind of rest flat. The turret will actually kind of rest flat. And we can do that, and then just very simply do the last final bit. And there we are. Now, of course, the question is, how do you get in? Ah. Well, what we can do is we can just very simply just cut our way in bit by bit until we actually kind of... Ah. Now we know the first layer of gyros was, which is probably what we've just hit, was actually where the hatch was. Well, where the cockpit was. So we're just going to slowly cut our way in, bit by bit, until... Ah, well there's the actual proper first layer. So we'll need to go even further back. So we can just go... Let's go here. There, and there we are. And what you can very simply do here is we'll... how best to do this? Where can I reach the actual cockpit? Oh, I can reach it from here. Okay. What I kind of like to do is just, if we take this layer off, put these back on. Voila. And now, if we get the door, just a very simple door, what we can do is we can just put this in as like an actual tank hatch. And you can open the door and immediately just step right into the cockpit. So we'll just seal that off. Very nice, because you also get a kind of interesting looking tank hatch design, especially if you can kind of, especially if we just wall off this bit and it just looks like a conventional tank hatch, which is quite nice. Now, if we look on the Otter, there is like other ways of doing it. For example, you have very much just a cockpit in here, and there is actually a door in there. So if we actually go up to the Otter, you can see there's a door there, and you just very simply open it and hop in, and then close it once you're inside. But with here, I just thought, can actually go with just a proper tank hatch, because why not? And there we are. So, oh, whoops. That about wrapped it up for this episode. So, next episode we are going to go for the actual tank turret. And obviously as well, if you think this looks a bit too tall or out of proportion, just remember, it's Space Engineer. There's a million ways to fix things and a million ways to change different things. But yeah, that about wrapped it up for this episode. So, thank you all for watching everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!